HYBE and Geffen dumped millions into crafting Katseye as the ultimate global girl group success story, painting a flawless picture of international stardom. But if you look past the glossy Netflix edits, you realize this entire project is an absolute disaster in slow motion. Behind the scenes, the receipts reveal a system allegedly designed to exploit teenage girls for cheap viral drama. The labels built a toxic pressure cooker, edited teenagers into villains before debut, and then completely went silent when violent death threats flooded their comment sections. They wanted cheap engagement, not a healthy team. But while executives thought they had complete control over the narrative, one member was quietly preparing a move at Coachella that would shatter the corporate cover-up on live television. The cracks are no longer hidden, and the internet is calling out the puppet masters. Let us dive right into the mess. To understand how this global dream turned into an unhinged corporate nightmare, you have to go back to day one of Dream Academy. HYBE and Geffen marketed the survival show as a golden opportunity for girls from all over the world to become international stars. On paper, it was about finding the best singers and dancers. But behind the scenes, the receipts tell a completely different story. It was a total pressure cooker. The show was less about talent discovery and more about breaking these girls down on camera to create rage bait for reality television. Before these teenagers even had an official group name, editors were already carving them into prepackaged villains and victims. What the editors did not show was how these manufactured storylines were quietly building resentment behind the scenes, resentment that would not stay buried for long. Take Manon, for instance. The Netflix documentary Frame by Frame edited her to look lazy, highlighting missed rehearsals while ignoring context. When she spoke up on camera saying she felt frustrated because others also missed practice while everything was being taken out on her, the company did not protect her. Instead, they weaponized that clip for maximum outrage. Executives literally controlled the narrative, sat back, and watched as the internet started dogpiling on her. They let the public decide who to hate before the group even debuted. The girls were not just competing for a spot in the lineup. They were competing for public approval, votes on Weavers, and attention in a toxic environment where fans voted daily just to control who stayed and who got eliminated. When final eliminations arrived and members like Ilya, Adela, and Hinari were cut from traveling to Korea, the core strategy became obvious. The pressure was the point. If you control the narrative, you control the product. HYBE and Geffen did not want a genuine group of friends. They wanted a group of people they could manipulate for the best storyline. You could see it in the confessionals and the manufactured tension. When contestants commented on Manon receiving attention despite supposedly missing practice, or when eliminated members laughed off being voted out, it was all part of a setup. The company created the friction, harvested the drama, and sold it to the audience. You would think debuting would fix the tension. Instead, the label swapped survival show edits for pre-written script cards, turning actual teenagers into media-trained PR bots. Every single interview was scripted, every answer pre-approved. When asked basic questions about their name or sound, the members recited identical lines about fierce vibes and fresh sounds. Which brings us to the moment management tried to spin a massive communication barrier into cute TikTok content and accidentally triggered a harassment campaign. When Yunchae joined, she was a teenager who could barely speak English. Instead of providing proper language tools or time to adapt, the label threw her in front of global cameras without a translator and monetized her struggle. Clips of teammates teaching her basic slang like low-key were pushed across social media, but forcing two teenagers who could not communicate into a high-stakes group naturally triggered a backlash. That language gap quickly spiraled into full-blown mean girl accusations. Viewers began dragging Megan online for how she treated Yunchae, accusing her of bullying when she joked about giving no reaction to stop teasing. Management put two girls who could not speak the same language into a group, provided zero communication support, and just watched the hate comments flood in. Friction makes for good television, so executives let two members take the heat for an operational failure caused by the front office. By the time the backlash fully hit, the situation turned dangerous. Online harassment flooded comment sections, and members were receiving direct death threats daily. Manon publicly acknowledged how heavy and jarring it was to receive thousands of threats targeting them and their families. Daniela was getting canceled over minor clip edits, and Yunchae faced daily harassment just for existing. So how did a multi-billion-dollar corporate machine respond when death threats landed in their artists' DMs? They did not file a single lawsuit. They did not issue a cease and desist. They did not put out a statement naming the harassers. They released a single, vague corporate speak statement that said absolutely nothing. The labels went quiet and left 18-year-old girls to defend themselves alone in a sea of hate. The operational cracks finally split wide open during the group's recent high-profile events. When Manon went on hiatus for health reasons, fans knew the drill. The missing tags on Instagram posts, the cryptic stories, and the complete silence during group lives read like a slow-motion departure. Then came the Grammys, which was supposed to be their major breakthrough moment. Instead, the performance felt hollow, the energy was off, and observers noted missed notes and a complete lack of group chemistry. Then came Coachella, which was supposed to be the final nail in the hiatus narrative. While Katseye performed on stage as a unit, Manon was sidelined. For a member who had religiously attended the festival for years and publicly talked about how performing there was her ultimate dream, watching from the sidelines seemed like a tragic ending. But then came the plot twist that shattered the corporate cover-up. Mid-festival, while her own group was on stage without her, Manon pulled off a shocking move. She walked out on stage during PinkPantheress' set, fully active, healthy, and performing live for a completely different artist on the exact same festival grounds. The internet immediately went wild. Was this her making the best of a bad situation? Or was it a quiet, calculated message to the label showing she was still here despite the hiatus story? Either way, the illusion of a united global group completely collapsed in real time. Katseye was meant to be the golden blueprint for global pop, but behind the polished videos lies a system designed to burn through teenage talent for profit. When corporate greed prioritizes viral drama over human well-being, the illusion falls apart fast. Was Manon's surprise appearance a quiet rebellion against management, or is this hiatus just the beginning of the end for the group? Drop your take in the comments right now, because the internet is still divided on what happens next.